Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. In today's video, I'm going to explain some PowerApps app settings like changing the name of the app and the icon and how to share the PowerApps application with the people present in the organization and how to restore the previous version and export and import the single PowerApps application and how to delete it. Everything I will cover. Let me show you something. So we recently developed some Power Platform applications. So if you are interested to use those application, come to this spguides.com page, and in these products you can able to see this travel authorization Power Apps app and Power Apps expense claims request app. These are the two applications that we this travel authorization this page will open. So here you can able to download the complete solution, and you can also request for a demo over here. And in this page we have explained briefly about this application, like what are the screens this application containing and what the Power Automate is doing. For example, the emails how we are sending. Here you can able to see all these things, and we are also sending PDFs through the mails only. So you can get all the information about this application over this page. Now let's get into the actual video. I opened the Power Apps Studio by providing the make.powerapps.com URL. When you click on these apps, you can able to see all the application that you have designed. Now if you want to edit any application or play the app, you can see the icons over here. So this one is for edit and this is for play. If you want to see some of the details of this application, just click on this one. Here you can able to see the complete details of this application, and through here only you can share this application to any one of the people present in your organization. And here you can see there is an export package. So if you want to export this single application, then you can as a package you can do it with this option. Now if we open this details page, here you can see who is the owner for this application and the description of this application. If you are not provided, it will be like this, and when it is created and when it is modifying, and the web link of this application. So if we copy this web link and open in a new tab, that you can able to play this application over here like this. And this is the unique app ID for this application, and licensing related things are there. So whenever if you want to share this application to someone, just click on that one. I will provide to one of my user present in this, and here you can able to see you can provide as a user, they can only play this application. And if they want to, like if you want to provide this application to them as a co-owner, so that they can also edit that application, in those cases you can provide this permission and you can include some message, and then we click on this share, then it will go to that user. Now copy this link address. I will open this link in a new tab, and then I will open this with the Lydia account. Now it is asking me to log in, so I will provide this. Now I can able to play this app. Let's see whether I can able to edit that application or not. So with Lydia account, I have opened this Power Apps Studio, and when I go to this apps section under this shared with me, you can see this update records app which I have shared previously. So you can see this is the app name, and now I shared with this user. When I click this one, you can see it is allowing me to edit this application. It is opening. Okay. Now when I open this application, you can see it is in read only. That is because currently this Patty user is editing this application. So this is the Patty user, and I kept this one in edit mode, so that's why it is not allowing me to edit and make it as a read only mode. So in case if both people needs to update the same application at a time, then what we need to do is we need to enable co-authoring for this application. I will explain that co-authoring settings later. So now let's go back to the previous application. Let's see the some of the other settings, and here versions is there. So for this application you can see there are 29 version. So this 29th version is the live one. In case if you want to restore this version, just click on this one, and here you can see this restore option is there. When you click this one, this will be saved as a version 30. So when you click this one, it will be saved. Now I don't want, so I'm clicking on the cancel. Otherwise, if you want to delete this version, you can also delete it. And then in the connection, you can able to see with which users you have connections. Now to the SharePoint, I have connection with this current user mail, I have one connection. And for this application, if we connected any flows, Power Automate, that will be display over here. Till now I didn't add any flows, so it is not showing anything. And now let's get into the application. So in this tab, I opened this application in edit mode. We will see some of the settings for this application. So here when you click on the settings, here you can see there is a Power App settings. And now in the settings for editing, you can see there was a toggle. If we enable this one, it will enhance the formula bar shortcuts. So for this Power Apps, we have some keyboard shortcuts. There was a official website. So here you can see all the keyboard shortcuts. For the editing things, you can use this Control A, Control X, all these things. And for previewing F5 and this escape keyword, for the tree view, and for resizing any of the controls and the text formatting. So for all these things, some keyboard shortcuts are there. If we enable this one, we can able to use those shortcuts. And then this is the language things. So this application is now it is in the English format, so you can able to choose the language whichever you want from this one. And then notification things and directories, so in which environment we are there, that will be display over here. And whenever you change the language, all these things, this save button will be enabled and you can save those settings. And now come back to the app. Now the application name is Updated Records app. So if we want to rename this one, here just click on this one, go to the settings, and under the general settings we have this name. Just click on this icon and here you can change Updated Records app. I will just provide new, and then when I click on save, it is saving. And now you can see the app name is changed. And you can also provide some description for this application. And then this app icon, now it is in this edit icon. If you want to change the icon, you can see there are multiple icons are present over here. You can just choose any of this icon. And if you want to add any image also for this one, you can simply take, for example, I will provide this image. You can see instead of the icon, that image is present. And here the background image is like this one. If we want to change, you can change it, so this will change. Also for the app icon, let me provide another one. Now you can see it is changed. And then coming to the display setting, now it is in the landscape. If we want to change to the portrait, then you can also choose that one, and when you click on this one, apply, it will be applicable. And then the size for this screen size is 16:9 defaultly. If you want to change this one as a custom thing, you can provide the width how much you want. For example, I will provide 1500 and then apply. If I go back this one, you can see the width is increased, and the height of the screen also you can increase to 800. Just click on apply and see this one also increased. And then coming to this updates, so this is the one that previously we are discussing. So here we have this co-authoring option. If we enable this one, save and refresh, just update this one. I enabled that co-authoring. Let me go back to that new tab. So in this one, you can see updates, it is there. Just click on this one. So what will happen, the other user who is updating, whatever the changes they have done, you can see those updates in this screen, sorry, in this app. Now the screen one is Patty Finance is editing. Now I will edit this one. See, I can able to edit this one. And when I go back to this here, you can see this screen is editing the Lydia. So you can able to see which screen who is editing all these changes over here. And whenever they publish this one, so they will get notified like see updates, and when they click on that one, whatever the changes we have done from here, they can able to see. So in the tree view, if you click on this insert, you can able to insert the controls from here also. And this is the data section. If you want to add the SharePoint or any other Excel data sources into this application, search for the data source, and when you click on this one, we need to provide the connection. And then here you can able to see the sites, so it is there. For example, I will choose this SharePoint site, and here some of the list are there. And when I click on this one, I at a time I can able to select all. And when I click on this one, you can see that task list is added to this application. So this way we can add data source into the application. And in case if you want to see what are the global variables we have created and context variables, all the information you can able to see. So under this collection you can see, for this application I have created some of the collections previously, so those things I can able to see over here. And when I click on this one, you can able to see the data from that collection. And there is a search one. So here, so we might get a scenario like where we have used this variable, that so in that time we can come to this search. Under this find, just provide that variable name. Here it will show wherever we have used that variable name. In case if you want to change var font with some other name, you can provide var font 1. And here you can see 18 places we have used. And when I click on replace all, just click on replace, everywhere it will be changed with the var font 1. Now you can see var font 1, but we haven't created any variable with this name. But you, when you create another variable and you want to replace with the existing one, you can follow this approach. And now I will do the same thing. Where font 1 I will provide here. And now you can see it is showing. I will replace it with the where font only. Now 18 are there. Just click on this one. So everywhere where font is came. So this is another useful feature. And in case if you want to add any themes to this application, just click on this themes. You can able to choose the themes. I will choose this one. And when we enable this one, the themes will be changed like this. We can choose any of the themes. And then if you want to add any images like media related things, through this one you can able to add. So when we click on add media, either you can upload or you can take from the stock images. So when we click upload, this pop-up will come. You can from the desktop you can add into here. And then if you want to add any Power Automate flows to this application, by clicking this one here, either you can create a new flow, or if anything already present, you can take those flows also. Okay, till now we have seen some of the useful features for this Power Apps application. And now let me show you one thing. Whenever we are moving the Power Apps application from between the tenants and the environments, we are creating solution, and with the solutions we are moving, right? So whenever if you required export single application, then you can download that application. So here you can see there was a download copy, and when we click on this one, it will download. Your file is ready. Click on download. So choose where you want to download that one. I will choose, I have chosen that one. And then now the file extension is like .msap. So whenever you want to import this application in any another environment, we need to import this file. So to do that, here in the Power Apps application, choose the another environment. I will choose any one thing. And here there is a app section. The environment is changed, and here you can see import app. We have two options. This is a .msap which we downloaded previously, and this is the package one. So this package one will come when we export the application as a package, then we can import it as a package. But if we export the application as a .msap file, then we have to import like this only. Now I will choose this one, and here in the download section that file it is there, just choose that one. And when we open, now you can see the app is imported, and the environment also Power Pages based. It is not the MSFT which is previously there. So this way you can simply export and import a single application. I hope you understand these Power Apps basic features and the settings. And thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe our channel.